Hey guys, here we are on the battlefield of World War II. Today we're going to talk about some of the tactics used by both the Americans and the Japanese in the Pacific Theater. Now first here I've got my M1 Garand, as you saw in the earlier video. It gives me 8 shots of semi-automatic fire. And then I can reload. This is the first time that normal infantry, not special troops, not special brigades or anything, the normal everyday infantry received semi-automatic weapons. One of the tactics used by Americans to take over the Pacific was the tactic of island hopping. So when Americans would land their ships and fight for the Pacific Ocean one island at a time. Alright, woo! And away we go. This little boat's mostly empty because it's just me. Yeah, all alone. Just like quarantine. Anyway, island by island, we would storm across the Pacific Ocean, taking one island after another from the Japanese. Okay, if you notice, we've got this island, we've got pretty well locked down. We've got big boats here. Now, different reactions would happen at different islands. Some, we would show up. The Navy would first fight off the enemy ships and aircraft. Ooh, that hasn't happened here. If you notice, there's still some aircraft around. Some, the Marines would storm aboard and there'd be heavy fighting. Others, it'd be all quiet until they got aboard, and then everything would break loose. So here we are, island hopping. Oh! We are already under enemy fire, so we're going to see if we can survive this. Oh my gosh. Well, how do you like that? Okay, as the Americans stormed aboard island after island as part of their island hopping campaign, the Japanese often dug forts and tunnels. And approaching these was very dangerous. A lot of times you had to go in the tunnel to find the enemy soldiers. One American solution to that was the flamethrower. See, if I went down there, it's dark in there, I can be shot and not seen. But with the flamethrower, it enabled Americans to attack the forts without going inside. You could set fire to a bunker and the enemy would be forced to come out, surrender, or be burned. Okay, now it's time to look at some of the Japanese tactics and weapons. Right here I have a typical Japanese Arisaka rifle. It's a bolt action. And you notice it has 5 shots. So considerably less firepower than the American counterpart, the M1 Garand. Now, as the Americans got closer and closer to Japan, the Japanese got more desperate. One of their desperate tactics was called the bonsai charge. Especially when they were low on ammo, rather than the retreat, they would all yell and charge together. Like this. Okay, it was very terrifying. Eventually, though, the Americans learned to counter it. When they heard it, they would bring up automatic weapons and end the bonsai charge. Okay, let's take a look at kamikaze and some of the other Japanese tactics. Okay, as the United States got closer and closer to Japan, whoops, let's try this again. Okay, the Japanese became more and more desperate to defend their homeland. One of these desperate tactics was called kamikaze, or divine wind. Basically turn a plane into a smart bomb. They would use the plane as a smart bomb to smash on the deck of American aircraft carriers and American ships. Scary and very terrifying at the beginning. This tactic didn't actually do much to sway the outcome of the war. Though it did damage some ships, in the end, the Americans were able to counter it and overcome it and come closer. The end.